Check, check one, check two.
Yes, I am still alive.
There's somebody there. Unbelievable.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. The voice is coming and going a bit, but that might be where I am, not where you are. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, I was gonna say on my end.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You're alive. You're alive.
Yes, I am quite well.
Congratulations on your wellness, mate. Congratulations on your wellness. I wanted to keep in touch because we had such a good chat last time that I just thought I got to keep in touch. I got to know what's going on. So that's the way it goes. You know, I was just heading back home and I was passing through. I've got to pass through this mall to get home, and I swear, if there's a hell, it's malls. I hate these places. I absolutely would. I've got this passion to burn the whole place to the ground. But as far as
I wouldn't say that. Now, granted, have you been to America at all?
America. Wait, America. I've heard of that. Where is that?
The United States of America. You know, red, white, and blue. # Trump.
Oh, the place on the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. You know, I've been to America twice. The first time I went to America, I got I got roasted and sunburnt because it was too hot. And the second time, I picked a fight with a former American football player and got thrown out of the country.
Say, if you think malls where you're at are bad, oh my God, bro.
I've heard that, like in China, there are these malls that you can get lost in for days, and people do, and they can't find their way out. It's just ridiculous. I needed to buy a bottle of water, and I'll just pop in and pick up a bottle of water. The person behind me in the queue walked into me 3 times.
Yeah, I was going to say that's funny because a Chinese mall sounds a lot like an American casino.
Oh.
You can get lost in one of them motherfuckers for days.
And then lose all your money as well for
right.
Sure. What is wrong? And the person behind me walked into me 3 times and then didn't say anything, right? And now it's like, you should say, "Oh, excuse me," or "I'm sorry," or "Pardon," or nothing.
Or if it was China, they should be like "dong dong 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 dong."
Just sounds like a pinball machine, man.
Right? Well, if you think about it, it sounds like their language is a cross combination between throwing silverware down the stairs and a 1980s pinball machine.
There you go. That would be it. That would be it. And the soundtrack for the Jackie Chan movie, I'm quite sure, would be in there as well at some point. Oh my God.
No, all you hear Jackie Chan is go, "Ooh, as he's like rubbing his chest.
That and bad English as well. So I've noticed that.
Yeah, bad English.
He can't speak English, but nobody gives a fuck.
All I care about is that his fights are comedic as hell.
Exactly. That's the way that it goes. Absolutely, that's the way that it goes. Oh man, this. And I was thinking, I just found this little place to sit down here, and I'm just like trying to stay out of everybody's way, because it's just too much for me here. I'm looking around at all these shops that I never go into and I never buy anything in, and I'm like, how the hell? Oh my, there's a whole world of just weirdness. There's a whole world that I'm obviously not aware of. Right?
Exactly.
There's the shops, I don't even know what they sell. I don't even know what's in there.
Like, I'm looking around, it's like only in China you can shop for dead cats.
Can you do that? Are you serious?
Yeah, in China, yeah, you could, like, oh, yeah, it's like, I would like some meat to amplify my stir fry, and they'll be like, oh yeah, so we got the plenty of cat for you. We got the plenty of cat for you. Yeah, what can I say? I got a sense of humor. I'm not afraid.
I'm sitting right opposite a Chinese restaurant. I'm not joking. I'm absolutely not joking. Oh my god.
Well, bear in
Oh,
mind, bear in mind, the actions of me do not reflect the actions of you. So I'm going to say I'm sorry for any negative consequences.
that's okay. That's okay. Just like I've hidden myself away in one side of this frightful
Did,
place.
did you hide yourself with the bottle bank?
I just not. I can't record podcasts on my balcony now because every time I try to talk to somebody, people just arrive and dropping bottles in the bottle bag, and it just sounds like I'm a wino, and I'm just like stumbling around or something outside
Hey,
the
that would be excellent comedic value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like I've been like having a wide variety of different conversations with people, and you'll be talking about the deeper elements of dating and relationships and love, and it's all these bottles crashing in the background, and I'm like, I wonder if I should say anything because I don't know if they can hear it. They probably can hear it.
I was just gonna say, I don't mean to interrupt you there as well, man. I'm kind of excited. I'm doing something aside from working, but I was gonna say something like advice for your listeners. Okay,
Okay.
like just really quick, because you talk about love and relationships and everything too. Okay, a lot of people that I've met, like on a serious note here, a lot of people that I've met, they absolutely think that it's the end of the world when they're rejected and stuff by the women or the men that they like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to believe it, like the way that I view rejection, and that's a big part of life. The way that I view that is they did me a favor because I'm better off single and living life the way I want to anyway.
Well, yeah. What's the point in forcing someone to be with you? What is the fucking? I mean, you just be stuck with someone who's pissed off and angry most of the time. So why would you want to do that? I mean,
well, think about it. Like, what the strongest life is when he's single. Because think about it. That's when he has the most of his money. That's when he's focusing on his career. And if you've noticed, of all of the men ever in history that were the most successful were men that were single.
I've never thought about that before, so I'm gonna
think about it. Look, they're not answering to anyone. They're not having to follow what the wife or the girlfriend or whatever says, because they're 100% focused on their main goal of being successful. So that being said, okay, in a way, don't women actually hinder progress that way?
Could you write a book with the title "How Women Hinder Progress"? That would probably be a bestseller in some places, I imagine.
Right.
Is that what the singularity is all about then? It's just like men just being single. That'll be it.
Well, no, that's the thing. I'm completely, or at least that's what I'm trying to promote. Mm-hmm. And now I'm not saying by all means don't have sex. I'm not saying don't get in a relationship. I'm not saying that by any means. All I'm saying is that there is another option out there for you to actually live the single life, and that's you living life the way that you choose and not the way that anybody else dictates. I mean, it's you creating and blazing your own path and not following what the crowd wants.
Well, I think relationships have been screwed over by the kind of makeover of what it is to be married and kind of fall in love and all that kind of bullshit. Hey, does this conversation cut out after 15 minutes, or does it just keep going?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, we'll just keep talking and we'll see if Anchor keeps lets us continue or not. Anyway, now this originally marriage was like the exchange of property, basically, right? That's simplified, okay? And now it's like you're supposed to have this amazing spiritual experience every second of the day that you're with someone, and it's just like, what the fuck? I mean, there's bills to pay and children who need clothes. It's not a song. It's from a song. I'm sure that's from a song. Anyway, so yeah, the more further down the road I get, the more MGTOW I find myself gravitating towards, and I don't even want to gravitate towards it.
So yeah, you looked it up, didn't you?
I didn't look it up. I just looked around. Yeah, and saw what was. I saw. I'm looking around at the avalanches and the landslides, right, and everything that's going tits up, right. I mean, it's a mess. We've made a fucking mess of society, right? As people who thought we were doing the right thing by getting involved in all these relationships and just screwing each other over. It's just ridiculous.
Well, I blame feminism, but that's just me.
Yeah, well, we know that if you go back and check out feminism, that it has, maybe it had its heart in the right place at the beginning, but it was well taken over, and women got a bad deal from it, right? They got a seriously bad.
I was just going to mention that, okay, you have the first wave feminism,
right,
which is feminism of like the early 1800s and stuff too, and stuff like that. When women were actually first pushing for equality. Now, granted, that had its place. Okay, that it was great when it happened. When the 1960s hit and the second wave hit, that's when shit started going downhill bad.
Yeah, well, when it kind of became just blame, right? Basically, that's what it became. It became blame. It became pointing the finger at somebody else and going, "This is all messed up because of you." And it's just like, well, wait a minute. Where's your responsibility in this? Didn't you made decisions as well? If I have one more conversation with a woman where she repeats back to me the same thing that I say to her, I'm going to freak out, man. I've just had enough right now.
No, you don't have to worry about freaking out at all, bro. Let me tell you what you do. Okay.
No, wait a minute. I'm going to make a point about this, because if I have one more conversation where I say, wait a minute, I don't think that's fair from this perspective, and they go, well, I don't think that's fair from this perspective. I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake, have you got nothing else to say except repeat what I say and call it an argument from your perspective when you don't have anything except quicksand to stand on? My God.
Feminism is the third wave feminism, which is the feminism we're experiencing today, is the projection of female sexual failure.
Oh, wow. Wow, did you make that up, man? That's so cool.
I did, kind of on the spot, yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to put that shit on a shirt, watch.
I'm going to have to think about that for at least 5 minutes. I'm going to have to give that at least 5 minutes of my time to think about what the hell that means, because...
Well, think about it. The most, like, the most, I guess you could say, extreme feminists are super fat, very ugly, have like really Jew curly hair, freckles all over the place that can't get a date. Hence why they hate men. Feminism is the projection of female sexual failure.
Yeah, well, if you hate people, you're not going to get any respect from them.
Exactly.
I mean, that just doesn't work at all. The more I open my eyes, the less I want to see. If that can
Agreed.
Yeah, it's just the balance of human relationships. The whole scales have been tipped over, I think, and everything's going downhill very fast from that perspective. I don't know if it it's the same everywhere in the world. I don't know. I'm all for I'm all for traditional values. Let's go back 150 years and you know let's just settle. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be.
Amen.
I don't think there's going to be much successive. The, the feminists keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and they don't even know what they're pushing for.
Let me go ahead and point something out to you really quick, and you can see these statistics online to prove it too.
Okay.
Okay. MGTOW works. And you want to know, you want to see proof on how it works?
I want to know why it works, but give me proof. What's the proof?
Okay, the proof is marriage rates have dropped dramatically in the last 5 years. Birth rates have dropped dramatically in the last 5 years, and more and more men are winning divorce cases.
I didn't know that more and more men were winning divorce cases. It's horrible that it has to get to that point. Anyway, the whole thing is just messed up. I mean, can't you just walk away with what you walked into it with? Why do you have to, why do you have to milk the cow to death, right? I mean, what is
exactly?
What is the bloody point? And who's egging all these people on?
The media, social media, any sort of advertisements, rom-coms. They're getting it everywhere.
Something that's bugging me right now is the female in-group preference thing, where women will back each other up to do the most ridiculously stupid thing just because they're women, not because they're logical. I mean, it's
Amen. Testify, brother. Hallelujah.
Recently I have found myself saying, I wish someone had told me. It kind of boils down, I wish someone had told me.
Hey, just out of curiosity, what time is it there right now?
Let me say 1917. It's not the year. Okay.
That is 7:17.
Yeah. Okay. The Slovaks do the 24-hour thing, right? Where they cannot even comprehend 2 sets of 12 hours. Right. Well, what themes have you been covering on your podcast recently?
Well, each day of the week is different. Today is Thursday, so it's Thirsty Thursday. So we make fun of male feminists, manginas, white knights, and we talk about all the sexy sexual shit we would do to sexy women all over the world.
If I have to explain to one more guy what a white knight is and that they need to take a step back, oh my God. I've what I've been doing for the last year. It's like the guys are like, I don't understand why none of these relationships are working as it is. It's like, man, get off the horse.
It's like, instead of acting like a servant to her because she won't respect you, act like an alpha.
Probably that's going to work.
No, let me tell you why it does, because think about it. A woman will never respect you if they can walk all over you.
Yeah, because you're just like an ant then, right?
Pretty much. You don't become a sexual object. Have you noticed it's the assholes that are always getting laid?
I'd always kind of wondered about that a little bit, but
it's in their programming.
Is it that deeply ingrained?
Yes, since the hunter-gatherer days. Think about it. So whoever the strongest male was the one who always had the kids, who was always getting laid. So instead of acting like, a pretty little pansy bitch, it's like, oh, hey, I brought you flowers and chocolates. You look at them, you get home, you drop your pants, and you look at her and say, this dick won't suck itself.
And I know because I tried.
And if she looks at me and goes, oh, no, that ain't happening. That's when you look at her, get the fuck out of my house then. You're no good to me.
Ah, ah. Oh my god! Oh my god! We're gonna have to. I've got a lot of questions, mate, but they're probably not appropriate today. But we'll probably go down that road at another point in time. You got a job to get back to. I don't want to.
I am MGTOW, and I'm MGTOW through and through. I guess you could say, if there are 5 levels of MGTOW, it's like I'm a level 3.
Okay.
So, which is like I only keep women around long enough for my sexual desire, and that's it.
That my brain, half my brain is going, that's very practical, and the other half of my brain is going, that's limited. So maybe that's my limited brain not getting the whole picture. I don't know.
Let me explain this, okay? Think about it. If I know the game, I've been married, I've been divorced, I've gone through that whole deal, women respond to the strongest male. So think about this. If they're after your resources, they want your money, they want your house, they want your vehicles, they want your kids, and to use your kids against you to get said resources, right?
That's where I'm at.
Right. So yeah, right there. Now, you know what they want.
And
Isn't it your job to...
that's where I'm at.
Right. Well, think about it. It's my job to dangle that above their head and be like, look what I got. You can possibly have a shot at it all if you suck my dick. Oh, wait. You suck my dick. You're a whore. Get the fuck out of my house.
It's just they don't seem to respect themselves, do they? So
nope.
They don't get the less is more shit. I mean, I think that's one thing to understand as well. That just because you give more of something, it doesn't always create more value. So there's sometimes an inverse relationship there. Anyway, man, I've kept you for far too long, and it was totally unplanned, but it was sweet. I tell you what, I'm not sure if it's going to go out on my podcast or my YouTube channel, but it'll be out. Yeah, if that's okay.
Hey, dude, you have my permission anytime we record, man. Dude, okay. You don't need to ask me. Anytime we record together, brother, send it.
Okay, that's super cool, because that Anchor doesn't have any kind of editing system, and sometimes I like to polish something up a little bit before I stick it out, just because blah blah blah. I don't want to waste other people's time. You know what I mean? Just get out.
Oh no! Hey, do what you got to do, man. It's like I am more than happy to come back and co-host again. So. Oh, excellent.
Who
knows, man? Maybe we might decide one day might even work in a merger where we bring the muster point and your show together. You never know.
All possibilities are possible. That's my philosophy. So there we go.
Hey, well, my philosophy is treat women like shit and they will suck your dick.
Well, if I wore that on a t-shirt, I'd get shot here. But
Oh no, I'll wear the t-shirt I was telling you about. The projection of female sexual failure. It will be a black shirt with white letters that will state, "Feminism is the projection of female sexual failure," and below it, #MGTOW. I'll wear that anywhere. I don't give a
fuck. Right.
In fact, I think I'm going to start a merch store and start selling those.
There's probably a growing market for that kind of stuff. Anyway.
Right. Tell you what, man. Try not to have too much fun without me. You got to remind me of what your podcast is called.
The podcasts are Chatterbox and Business Coaching Masterclass. Chatterbox is the let's talk about society, and Business Coaching Masterclass is get your shit together.
Amen.
So that's where it's at. YouTube
all right,
channel.
well, To all the listeners on the Chatterbox, my name's Jackson Thornton. That's your host, Graham. That motherfucker is a great guy. If you haven't subscribed to him yet, push that subscribe button. Don't forget to push that bell notification button right there as well. If you're on Anchor, don't forget to subscribe to this guy. This guy is a badass. I love this guy. Muster Point listeners, it's like, follow Graham. This guy's a great guy. He knows what he's talking about, and you guys can tell him and I got some good chemistry. So if you haven't subscribed to the Chatterbox yet, subscribe.
Absolutely. Double underlined. Sweet, mate. I'll speak to you soon, okay? You take it easy.
Will do. Don't have too much fun without me.
Absolutely not, mate. Absolutely not. Take care. Dude it done.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.